Hello, so welcome back to our YouTube channel named Iber. In this session, we are going to learn about Introduction to Data Structures and Algorithm, the part 2. In part 1, we studied about the data structures. Now we will be studying all about the algorithm part. So in this session, we will be studying about what is algorithm, how to design algorithm, and some of the examples of algorithm. Now, what is algorithm? It is the finite set of instructions which are being carried in a specific order to perform the specific task. It is not the complete program or code, it is just a solution or a logic of a problem which can be represented either as an informal description using a flowchart or a pseudocode. We will learn what is a flowchart or pseudocode, how to write those things. But for at a point of matter, just remember that it is the finite set of instructions which are being carried out in a specific order to perform the specific task. Now, to write an algorithm, first we need a problem. We should know a problem statement, and through that problem statement we have to write the algorithm for that problem. Now the algorithm should be a stepwise solution to that problem. After writing algorithm, we put some input value to that algorithm. Okay, so after putting that input value to that algorithm, it goes in the processing unit. Now in this processing unit, the input values are processed and carried out or given back as an output value or the final output of the algorithm, which is the solution of that problem. So ultimately we will get the solution for that problem. So this is the stepwise way how the algorithm works. We work it out on a particular problem. There is a problem statement. We write the step-by-step algorithm to it, and we put some input value to it. That input values are processed, and then we get an output. Now, what are the characteristics of an algorithm? There are different characteristics of an algorithm. There are 5 given over here. There is an input. That means we can pass 0 or some input value to an algorithm. There is an output where we can get we should get only at least one or more than a one output at the end of an algorithm. Unambiguity means the instructions of an algorithm should be clear and simple. The finiteness means the algorithm should contain the limited number of instructions, and that should be a countable one. Effectiveness means that each instruction of an algorithm is affects the overall process of the algorithm. And language independent means that suppose say we have different types of programmers. We have C++, Java, Python programmers. So all these programmers should they should know the algorithm. Okay, so for that, algorithm should be written in such a manner that all these programmers should understand that algorithm language. Algorithm shouldn't be written in a one particular programming language. Suppose you can't write the algorithm in a C programming language. Okay, you have to write in an algorithmic language, which is a step-by-step procedure. We will learn it. It can be either pseudocode or a flowchart or a statement wise. Now, how to design an algorithm? That's a very important part. In the step 1, we understand the problem. Now, in the understanding of the problem, we have to read the problem description carefully, and we should ask the question for the clarifying the doubts about the problem and to find out what are the necessary inputs for solving that problem. The input to the algorithm is called an instance of the problem, and to decide the range of the input so that the boundary values of an algorithm get fixed. The algorithm should work correctly for all valid inputs. So this is all the step 1. In step 2, we are going to analyze the decision making. Now, what is that? To analyze the decision making means that in many problems can be solved in a many different ways because we have a different algorithms to it. There are different algorithmic strategies, like we have a brute force approach, divide and conquer, greedy techniques, backtracking, dynamic programming, branch and bound, and so and so. So we should analyze which type of algorithm will be applied to this kind of a problem, given problem. In step 3, we develop a high level algorithm. That means we use a natural language or a pseudocode or a flowchart. Okay, this type of a language is called a high level algorithm, high level language or high level algorithm. In the fourth step, we verify the algorithm. That means we check for the correctness of an algorithm, where we check whether the algorithm gives the correct output in a finite amount of times for a valid set of input. We check all these constraints. In step 5, we analyze the algorithm. That means we analyze the time efficiency and space efficiency. Here, time efficiency means the amount of time taken by an algorithm to run. Okay, and the space efficiency means the amount of space taken or the memory taken by an algorithm to complete that. We will further learn about the time complexity and space complexity in the further videos. And the step 6 is the implementation or the coding, wherein we code that algorithm in our programming language like C, C++, Java, Python, etc., etc. So now this is an example of addition of two numbers, wherein in the step 1 we start the algorithm. In step 2 we declare the variables num1, num2 and sum. There are three variables we have declared. One is 2 are for the numbers that we are going to add, and one is for the sum where we are going to store the addition of those two numbers. In step 3, you can see we read the values given to the num1 and num2 variables, and after reading that, in a step 4 we apply an operation, addition operation to it, and assign that num1 and num2 as addition to the sum. And after assigning that num1 and num2, that is over here, you can see num1 plus num2 is assigned to sum. Then in a step 5 we display that sum and our algorithm stops. So this is an example of an algorithm of addition of two numbers. Now try it out yourselves. Write down the algorithm for the sum and average of three numbers given by the user in a proper step and drop your answers in a comment section below. I will check out all the answers in the comment section below, and I'll comment on that. Thank you for watching this.